Hello all, welcome to my channel Pharma Dive. This channel is purely for educational purposes and aims to provide valuable information. If you like the content, then please like, share and subscribe my channel. Let's explore, learn and gain together. Today's topic is quality risk management in pharmaceutical industry. Introduction. Quality risk management is a systematic process for assessment, control, communication and review of risk to the quality of pharmaceutical products life cycle. It ensures patient safety, product quality and regulatory compliance. QRM is recommended by ICH-Q9 guidelines and adopted globally by regulatory authorities. Objective of quality risk management is to systematically identify, evaluate and prioritize potential risks that may impact the product quality. It aims to implement effective risk control measures to reduce or eliminate this risk while supporting consistent and risk-based decision making. Additionally, QRM ensures the continuous improvement of the overall quality system. Principles of QRM. According to ICH-Q9, two primary principles are risk evaluation should be based on scientific knowledge and level of effort should be proportional to the level of risk. The quality risk management process begins with identifying the potential risk and assessing them by analyzing their likelihood and severity. Based on this evaluation, appropriate control measures are implemented to either reduce or accept the risk at an acceptable level. The process also involves effective communication and documentation of risk among stakeholders, followed by continuous monitoring and review to ensure the ongoing improvement throughout the product life cycle. Quality risk management process. Part A is risk assessment. In risk assessment, the first step is risk identification, identifying hazards that may affect product quality. It addresses the question what might go wrong. The sources include raw materials, equipment failure, human error, manufacturing process, environmental conditions, and personnel. Second step in risk assessment is risk analysis, estimating the probability and severity of risk. The third step is risk evaluation, comparing risk against the predetermined acceptance criteria. It addresses the question what is the probability of their occurrence and how easy to detect them, and what are the consequences. Risk evaluation can be carried out using various tools such as FMEA, flowcharts, process mapping, cause and effect, FMECA, FTA, HACCP, and risk ranking and filtering. Out of this, FMEA is commonly applied due to its versatility. Let's understand the FMEA tool. The FMEA tool includes following aspects. First one is severity of a failure. This evaluates the impact of a failure on the final product quality and safety. Second one is the occurrence of a failure. This evaluates the expected frequency of a failure. Those failures which are likely to be repeated are given high numerical ranking and must be investigated in order to tighten control. Third one is detection of a failure. This evaluates the detectability of a failure. As a part of FMEA, a risk score or a risk prioritization number may be assigned to the stage of the process that is affected. This helps to categorize the associated risk. RPN is calculated by multiplying severity, occurrence and detection, which are individually categorized and scored. Following scoring pattern is used. If the total quality risk score is greater than 64, then the risk involved is high. If it is between 28 to 64, then the risk is medium. And if it is less than or equal to 27, then the risk is low. After ranking process, RPN can vary between 1 and 125 for any individual risk assessed. Action plan shall be prepared for individual parameter with RPN more than 27. Mitigation action shall be planned and executed for higher rating, that is 4 and above, of severity, occurrence or detection to reduce the acceptable level even if the RPN is below 27. Part B, risk control. Risk control is a decision-making activity designed to reduce and or accept the risk. It shall be considered after the risk assessment. and at a fundamental level, its purpose is to reduce risk to an acceptable level. During risk control, following questions shall be answered. Is the risk acceptable without further action? What can be done to reduce or eliminate risks? What is the appropriate balance between benefits, risks, and resources? Are new risks introduced as a result of the identified risk being controlled? Risk control consists of risk reduction and risk acceptance. First, we will see risk reduction. Risk reduction is implementing measures to mitigate the severity and occurrence of risk or processes or methods. The residual risk shall be evaluated and updated depending upon the results of mitigation controls incorporated, and accordingly impact probability, detectability and risk priority shall be revised. The second point is risk acceptance. It is a decision to accept the residual risk or when the risk is reduced to an acceptable limit. The examples of mitigation controls are process improvement, additional quality checks and equipment maintenance. Part C of QRM process is risk communication. Sharing the risk-related information among stakeholders. It involves the communication between stakeholders, cross-functional teams, regulatory departments, and management. Proper communication ensures transparency and effective decision making. Part D of QRM process is risk review. It is a continuous monitoring and reviewing of risks. It ensures risk controls remain effective. It includes periodic review, change control, and kappa evaluation. Application of QRM in pharma industry. QRM is used in raw material selection, manufacturing processes, equipment qualification, validation activities, change control, deviation management, kappa implementation, supplier qualification, and pharmaceutical quality systems. Benefits of QRM. Quality risk management enhances the product quality and patient safety by proactively identifying and controlling potential risks. It supports better regulatory compliance and reduces manufacturing failures through structured, risk-based approaches. Additionally, QRM promotes continuous improvement and strengthens the efficiency of the overall quality management system. Quality risk management faces challenges such as insufficient knowledge of risk assessment methodologies and inadequate training of personnel. Poor documentation practices and resistance to change can further hinder the effective implementation. Best practices in quality risk management include adopting a scientific, data-driven approach and involving cross-functional teams to ensure comprehensive risk evaluation. Maintaining robust documentation along with regular training and awareness programs supports the effective implementation. Additionally, continuous monitoring and improvements are essential to sustain a strong and proactive quality system. Conclusion. Quality risk management is a critical component of pharmaceutical quality systems. It ensures that risks are proactively identified and controlled, leading to a safe, effective and high quality medicines. Quality risk management is guided by international regulatory authorities such as ICHQ-9 Quality Risk Management Guidelines, ICHQ-10 Pharmaceutical Quality System Guidelines, FDA 21 CFR Part 210 and 211, EU GMP Udralex Volume 4 and WHO Guidelines. Thank you all for your time and attention. If you like the content, please like, share and subscribe my channel.